Many agree it is the greatest film of all time. Hailed by critics and fans alike as one of the greatest films ever made, Citizen Kane continues to influence filmmakers and astound viewers 75 years later. Nominated for 9 1941 Academy Awards, with a win for Best Original Screenplay, Orson Welles' controversial masterpiece uses innovative flashbacks and groundbreaking cinematography to follow the epic rise and fall of a wealthy newspaper magnate. For any fan of movies, this is an essential viewing experience. The saga continues. In what is undeniably one of the best sequels ever made, Francis Ford Coppola continues his epic Godfather trilogy with this saga of 2 generations of power within the Corleone family. Coppola, working once again with author Mario Puzo, crafts 2 interwoven stories that work as both the prequel and a sequel to the original. One shows the humble Sicilian beginnings and New York rise of young Don Vito, now played in an Oscar-winning performance for Best Supporting Actor by Robert De Niro. The other shows the ascent of Michael, Al Pacino, as the new Don, reassembling many of the cast members who helped make The Godfather. Coppola produced a movie of staggering magnitude and vision. The film received 11 Academy Award nominations, winning 6, including the Best Picture of 1974. It's one of those ageless movies that improves with age. Voted the #1 most inspiring film of all time by AFI's 100 Years, 100 Tears, It's a Wonderful Life has had just that. With the endearing message that no one's a failure who has friends, Frank Capra's heartwarming masterpiece continues to endure, and after 70 years, this beloved classic still remains as powerful and moving as the day it was made. Share the epic adventure on Blu-ray and DVD. Relive the exhilarating action, spectacular battle scenes, and ultimate triumph of good over evil that makes Star Wars the greatest space fantasy adventure of all time, and the ultimate entertainment experience for every family. The Star Wars Original Trilogy. A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi continue the saga with Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo leading the Rebel Alliance to claim victory over the Empire and win freedom for the galaxy. From Hayao Miyazaki, one of the most celebrated filmmakers in the history of animated cinema, comes the Oscar-winning triumph, filled with astonishing beauty and epic adventure, a dazzling masterpiece for the ages. Spirited Away is a wondrous fantasy about a young girl, Chihiro, trapped in a strange new world of spirits. When her parents undergo a mysterious transformation, she must call on the courage that she never knew she had to free herself and return her family to the outside world. An unforgettable story brimming with creativity, Spirited Away will take you on a journey beyond your imagination. It's a fantastic tale the whole family will want to experience over and over again on Disney Blu-ray. Witness the majesty of celebrated animated film director Hayao Miyazaki's masterpiece, Princess Mononoke, for the first time ever on Blu-ray high definition. This exquisitely animated, critically acclaimed adventure from one of the most illustrious filmmakers of all time is now even more spectacular with dazzling HD picture and sound. Inflicted with a deadly curse, a young warrior named Ashitaka sets out to the forest of the west in search of the cure that will save his life. Once there, he becomes inextricably entangled in a bitter battle that matches Lady Eboshi and a proud clan of humans against the forest animal gods, who are led by the brave Princess Mononoke, a young woman raised by wolves. This monumental struggle between man and nature will have you transfixed, as stunning artistry blends with epic storytelling to create a uniquely entertaining motion picture. Experience it like never before on Disney Blu-ray. "10 out of 10. Legendary. As close to perfect as a production can get. Mamoru Hosoda's deeply moving and astoundingly contemplative work touches on the fleeting nature of life. Wolf children. Love wildly. Experience the latest masterpiece from the internationally acclaimed award-winning director of Summer Wars. Hana was a student before she was a mother. She was bright and pretty and her future held endless possibilities. Then she met a man who turned out to be a wolf, and together they built a family. Hana loved her mate fiercely, but fate took him away from her, leaving her alone with two unusual kids she didn't know how to raise. Frightened of being discovered, Hana and her wolf children fled to the countryside to build a new life. Raising her little wild things was an adventure. It left Hana bruised, scratched, exhausted, and joyously overwhelmed as her pups grew stronger and wandered further every day. This is a mother's journey. Teach your kids to chase their dreams and to smile through the tears as they disappear into the world in search of who they will become. Hana wasn't always a mother, but it was always what she was meant to be. Gotham City belongs to the Batman. Witness the epic journey unfold as you've never seen it before. From the chronicles of the DC Universe comes the sweeping saga of rebirth, revenge, and redemption. Now, for the first time, witness the legend of the Dark Knight Returns presented as an over 2-hour-long, unabridged, and seamless animated feature. Another night falls on Gotham City, and with the darkness, out crawls the crime and villainy from the shadows. The days of the Batman and other noble superheroes are all but faded. Violence and despair are now the harbingers of our time. With the roving gangs and return of villains such as Harvey, Two-Face Dent, and the Joker, an aged and weathered Bruce Wayne dons the mask and cape once more. With the brave, young Carrie Kelly at his side as Robin, the Dark Knight faces off against insurmountable odds, unforgettable battles, and even the Man of Steel, as he desperately fights to reclaim Gotham City. With a stellar voice cast headed by Peter Weller, Ariel Winter, and David Selby, experience the complete epic journey of the Dark Knight as never before. Experience the grittiest western ever made with Sergio Leone's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, newly remastered on Blu-ray. With a saddlebag full of special features, it's the most exciting version of this groundbreaking western available. The inimitable man with no name teams up with two gunslingers to pursue fortune and stolen gold. But they soon discover their greatest challenge is to stay alive. Forging a vibrant and yet detached style of action never before seen and not matched since, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly shatters the western mold in true Eastwood style. Experience one of the most historically significant films of all time like never before with the 20th anniversary limited edition of Steven Spielberg's cinematic masterpiece, Schindler's List. Winner of 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, this incredible true story follows the enigmatic Oskar Schindler, who saved the lives of over 1,000 Jews during the Holocaust. It is the triumph of one man who made a difference, and the drama of those who survived one of the darkest chapters in human history because of what he did. Meticulously restored from the original film negative in pristine high definition and supervised by Steven Spielberg, Schindler's List is a powerful story whose lessons of courage and faith continue to inspire generations. Orphans of the Firestorm. An emotional experience so powerful that it forces a rethinking of animation. It belongs on any list of the greatest war films ever made. As the Empire of the Sun crumbles upon itself and a rain of firebombs falls upon Japan, the final death march of a nation is echoed in millions of smaller tragedies. This is the story of Sieta and his younger sister Setsuko, two children born in the wrong time at the wrong place, and now cast adrift in a world that lacks not the care to shelter them, but simply the resources. Forced to fend for themselves in the aftermath of fires that swept entire cities from the face of the earth, their doomed struggle is both a tribute to the human spirit and the stuff of nightmares. Beautiful, yet at times both brutal and horrifying. Based on the retellings of survivor Nasaka Akiyuki and directed by Isao Takahata, Grave of the Fireflies has been universally hailed as an artistic and emotional tour de force. Now digitally remastered and restored, it's one of the rare films that truly deserves to be called a masterpiece.